Hello, and welcome back to Terraria 1.4 Master Mode with Brian. Since the last video, I've done a bit of stuff off camera, some of which you might be able to see. Yeah, let's just walk through it. I spent a few hours hollowing out what might work as a reasonable Plantera Arena. I should probably cut off a little bit more of this. But yeah, with Plantera, we need a big area in the jungle where we can kind of fly circles around Plantera. And so we'll check this out a bit more, but I put some NPCs around here to reduce the spawns in that area. While I was doing that, I farmed up a bunch of chlorophyte and managed to get turtle shells. So I've upgraded to the turtle armor. I even have the giant tortoise banner hanging in the arena over there. I also used some extra chlorophyte to make some chlorophyte bullets. So I'll be able to use that with the Uzi eventually. Still currently using the endless musket pouch. I did find some more gem critters down there while I was down there too. And so I have a few more terrariums that are over here. The corruption was starting to really encroach on the base, and so you can see where kind of things are a little bit lit up back here. But basically I bought the contaminator from the steampunker, and I did some contaminating to try to keep the corruption from encroaching on the base over here. And did I do anything else? That's most of what I did. So let's go over to the Plantera Arena and just kind of take a look at what it looks like right now. We can do that together. And so I made a way to get down there relatively quickly. I do still want stars. Let's grab that. So if I go straight down here, oops, it'll take me to here. Over here, I moved the witch doctor and the party girl. And so they're hanging out up here basically just to help reduce spawns. And then if we continue down into the main portion of the arena over here, I have a bunny, Dusty, who actually got Plantera to spawn right there, as well as Bullet the dog. Here is where I hang some, what do you call it, banners in the center. I've got a campfire and a heart lantern down here. I also have a campfire and a heart lantern up here. There's also some honey over here, and there's a little, oops, well, he's dead now. There's another sapphire bunny rabbit that just appeared right there. Yeah, this could probably be a little bit wider over here. It's nice to have a few places to kind of hide behind some terrain when you're fighting Plantera, though. And look at all these. There's another ruby bunny. They're very common, I guess, with the NPCs down here. Yeah, and then I've got banners for, like, I don't know, 7 different mobs you encounter in the jungle over here right now. But yeah, I think I should take a little bit more of this out, and I've just been mining it out because I don't want to get rid of the background walls because that potentially makes things no longer become a jungle biome, I think. I'm not sure if that's actually true or not. So I didn't use any TNT or bombs to do this. I just used the Drax, the pickaxe, in order to get rid of all the mud in here. But let me tidy this up a little bit more, and we'll get some potions together, and we'll give Plantera a try. Jungle Creeper banner. Neat. It's another banner I can add to the banner area. Fantastic. Let's put it right here. There we go. Alright, I have a confession to make, which is Plantera is the first boss that I'm really worried about. I find Plantera to be difficult even just in expert mode, and so in master mode, I'm not sure I can do it. But we'll give it a try. There's the Amethyst Bunny. Yeah, and so I'm not too worried about the first attempt because I have a feeling a few things will go badly that I haven't quite thought through. But I did switch things up to the Ranger emblem. I also reforged this to warding, so I've got warding, 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 armored, warding, warding. And with the turtle armor, that's going to be a pretty good set of armor, especially with all the buffs I'm about to use. I think we will need a way to open this up and get back in the arena quickly. So let's go ahead and do that. And I'm gonna buff, I'm gonna fight. I could put out the Nimbus Rod. I'm mostly gonna be using the Uzi, and I'm gonna need to switch to the Chlorophyte bullets. We could use the Yellet some as well. I don't have the nurse here, and so we're just gonna try to stay alive. We'll see how it goes. Really not sure what to expect. Oh, there is one other thing I need to do, which is I want to get a sharpening station and a bewitching station out here. So I can have both of those going. I should have brought my ammo box as well. That's okay. Alright, but I think let's just go for it. So let's buff. Let's put out the Nimbus Rod to be able to do some damage, maybe. And let's see what happens with Plantera. Alright, there she is. Okay, so, main thing you want to do is avoid the thing she's shooting at you, and keep moving. Eventually there's going to be more projectiles in the arena, it's going to be bad. Flying circles, just to kind of like stay away from her, is a good strategy. Occasionally get in the honey for a little bit of extra regen. So far we're not taking much damage, which is pretty good. She is flying through the whatever is pretty good as well. But she's got like 3 phases, and we're just in phase 1. And she'll start adding some more projectiles to the arena in the next phase shortly. The Chlorophyte bullets are really nice though, because it means I don't have to aim very hard. And the bullets are just finding her. And the Uzi is doing some reasonable damage. She's down like a third of the way now. We should get into the next phase shortly. And I'm not taking that much damage too. That's also really good. I was afraid that she was still going to damage me a lot. But this armor and all these buffs. There we go. Okay, so now she's added these little purple bouncy things into the arena. And she's also shooting some other petals, it looks like. So yeah, those purple bouncy things are no goodsies. And so they mostly behave under gravity. And so mostly, let's put these back out. Mostly you want to stay in the top half of the arena to avoid them. I also need to look for an opportunity to start using a healing potion. Once I get down to about 350 life, I definitely want to do that. But let's try to get her into the rain clouds again a little bit. Okay, now we're into the mini phase, where she gains a bunch of hooks. And during this phase, it might be useful to use the yo-yo. I'm not sure. Don't know that that was being super effective. Now I need to heal. Oh boy. Alright, so I'm not sure if I can deal enough DPS with just the gun to take out the hooks and still deal damage to her. Because right now, her hit points are not going down. Because it's basically just all of her little hooks that are absorbing all the damage. As well as me absorbing damage, yikes. I don't know if the hooks respawn constantly. And so... Oh no, bullet the dog! Maybe we can take out the hooks and still make progress in the battle. Alright, but the good news is the arena is really big, and I'm doing a good job of dodging her. And so that part I'm really happy about. And I don't know if the hooks are respawning. We are slowly whittling down her hit points. So this might work. I do need to get my Nimbus Rod back out for a little bit of extra damage. And she's starting to move really quickly. And so I need to start working on my movement here to stay away from her. This is a case where the Shield of Cthulhu might have been a good idea, so that I could switch directions very quickly, because right now I have a kind of slow acceleration profile on my character, and that's not good for turning around very quickly. Can I heal? Yeah. Let's go ahead and heal back up to full. Alright, this is still actually going pretty well. I'm actually really happy with the way this arena has turned out. Oh boy. In terms of just giving me a lot of space to fly circles around her. Because movement... Oh, the bunny's dead. Movement is definitely the key to this fight. Alright, some of the bullets are not going the place that I want them to go, but that's okay. We'll just keep shooting. Eventually she'll go down. Hopefully. Oh gosh. Alright, how many? I have 8 seconds until I can heal again. So let's just make sure we stay alive for at least that long. Oh gosh. 3, 2, 1. Heal. Okay, managed to get the heal off. She's 90% down. And I still have plenty of bullets. I do have the star cannon I could switch to. I'm kind of curious to try that. See if I can melt her at the end. It helps if I would actually aim correctly to actually hit her at all. It's not dealing as much damage as I thought it would to her, honestly. There we go. It did kill her, though. Hooray. I defeated Plantera. I'm so happy. I can't tell you. I was really worried about that. Okay, first try. That was good. Let's go home and check out all the loot. But first of all, I'll pick up these things. Go away, bad guys. Okay, of course we got the Plantera Relic. So let's put that out. Looks cool. Plantera Seedling, equipable, summons a newly sprouted Plantera and get to the root of the problem masters. That must be a pet. That's kind of cute. I'm not going to use it, but it's kind of cute. Don't I have a different pet that I usually use? Yeah, this one, which I really haven't had out in a while. Let's put it back in the pet slot, this little star. Alright, so we can add that to our pets, which... I don't remember where I've been storing them, but I'm just going to store it in here for right now. And then let's open up the treasure bag and see what we got. Yes, we got the pygmy staff. That is great, because it means the witch doctor will now sell some things that I want. So let's actually go back to the witch doctor and talk to him. Although, do I have to do it at night? I can't remember. Also, do I have a spare catfish to give to the angler? Let's also check that out. I don't, and I don't plan to do some more fishing right now. Yeah, let's go visit the witch doctor. If you have the pygmy staff in your inventory, he sells some extra stuff, as I recall. And he is still living down inside the arena. So let's go back down and visit him. I had them boxed in very safely in here with torch doors. There we go. But let's see. He sells Tiki Armor. He sells Tiki Totem. Imbuing Station, Blowgun. Not sure he sells the things that I really wanted, though. I'm trying to remember what it was. Maybe it's the Hercules Beetle. That's like a minion kind of thing. It's definitely for summons. Let's grab the Hercules Beetle, because I think I'm going to use that at some point in any case. And I don't know that I want any of the rest of this stuff right now. Should I buy a set of Tiki Armor just so that I have it? In case I want to go on a minion build. It's probably the best minion armor we'll have for a while, but it's really... what is this? Like 35 defense as opposed to the like 60 defense that I have out of this. I think I will buy it just in case I want it later. And I will come back here at night just in case he's selling anything new, because I really can't remember how that works. Alright, honestly, I was not expecting that to go well. I wasn't expecting to defeat Plantera the first time. Oh wow, I went through 1.5 stacks of bullets. And most of my stars. So, yeah. Alright, let me get recajiggered and figure out what we're doing next. Upsilon, the cyborg has arrived. Where has the cyborg chosen to live? Can I find him on the map? You know what would be a nice feature? And I guess it's a little bit late for features since this was already the last update. It would be cool if you could like click on this and then like somehow on the mini-map that person would show up. Okay, I see him actually now here. But I was just looking all around the map and didn't spot him at first. So what does he sell? Right, rockets and nanites, which I think can be crafted into bullets and things. Don't know that I'm particularly interested in him and his wares. So that's fine. We can just skip him for now. Oh, the Spore Bunny. Splat. We did get some new weapons from Plantera that I'd like to reforge because they might be viable weapons. So let's go talk to Reforgey Dude, aka the Goblin Tinkerer, who's hanging out on the beach with his main squeeze. Intense, keen, zealous, keen, deadly. There we go. Extra damage and speed. So the Leaf Blower is a magic weapon that probably supersedes the Frost Staff at this point. It does things like this, and can be used to annihilate seagulls, and probably some other bad guys too. And then the Pygmy Staff, oops, Pygmy Staff is a summon item. And nasty is extra damage, but we could do better. Demonic, there we go, 15% extra damage. And so it summons little pygmy guys who run around and fight for you. And they throw little spears. And I think they're going to be, let's see, that's 39 summon damage versus 34 summon damage. There's more, there's like twice as many things from the Optic Staff. Oh, we got the Spore Stack. Summon spores over time that will damage enemies, just to witness what this does. If you have it on, like around your player, there's just kind of like a cloud of spores that I guess damage enemies. I've never really used that. I don't know that it's particularly useful. Oh yeah, I had this in my inventory because at some point a traveling merchant came by and was selling this crazy thing. Sergeant United Shield. I think it's supposed to be a clever reference. It appears to be some kind of boomerang or chakram that does a fair amount of melee damage. It's not hold to attack, and so you do need to press the button each time, and it just kind of bounces after it hits a wall, and then eventually comes back to you. But it's a fair amount of melee damage. 74 in that seagull. And so I bought it just because it was something different, and I hadn't seen it before. I don't know that I will use this, because this is 78 melee damage and much more controllable. But I just wanted to show it off. And yeah, I guess the next thing to do is to go into the temples, so let me get some things together. Alright, the next thing to do would be to go into the jungle temple, but I don't feel like doing that right now. It was one of those nights where I went to bed early last night, and then I woke up at like 3 o'clock this morning. And so I spent a couple of hours working on that Plantera Arena, and now I'm recording, and it's like 6 a.m., and I'm feeling kind of tired again, and so just not up for going into the jungle temple right now. So instead, what I would like to do... Oh, right, we defeated a boss, so we get these cool lanterns in the background again at night. That is cool. Does the guide say that every time? What a beautiful night. With your recent victory, the world seems more at peace, and these lanterns are a celebration of that. Hooray! And he likes it here. So yeah, what I want to do then is I have more tombstones again. I think I've got a couple more since the last time we tried to set them out. And so I wanted to leave a permanent place, because it occurs to me that like maybe during a blood moon something happens with the tombstones as well. And so I was thinking that the area that I farmed for the Nimbus Rod way back when would be a good area for me to try to just leave the tombstones out permanently. It's kind of far enough away from my house. You can see what I did with the Contaminator over here, by the way, with this turning back into normal stone. That's as far as I used the Contaminator over here. Yeah, that area where I farmed the Nimbus Rod, which is right over here, is far enough away from the house that I rarely go there unintentionally. I was also thinking when we do this mini-boss again, that I could just get up here on the rail carts or whatever and possibly use this and fire at him and do different things. So that could be a fun thing to try at some point. Okay, but I have this area over here. And I was also, I don't know how densely the tombstones need to be packed. And so another idea that I had is rather than spread them out all horizontally, I could put them on a couple of levels. Oh, you can watch the pygmies doing their thing now. So they throw little spears and run around on the ground. Good job, pygmies. But in any case, I was thinking we could have multiple levels for the tombstones, probably. So I could do something along these lines. Let's go ahead and put some torches here and here. And so let me just start putting out the gravestones again. And we'll see if anything happens. And if not, then we'll just leave them out here, and as we gather more tombstones, we'll continue to add more, and eventually something awesome has got to happen, right? Right. I mean, I guess you could say this is already awesome in terms of just, like, everything turns gray and weird. But I thought that there'd be, like, new enemies or something. So, we'll see. Ooh, there is a raven. I think we might have seen that once before we were in the graveyard area. So maybe that's an example of a new enemy from the graveyard. I was thinking maybe like a bunch of ghosts would get spawned or summoned at some point. And yeah, you get a sense of the range of how far away from the tombstones you have to be for them to seem to have an effect. It's a cool visual effect. But yeah, we'll have to come back here on a blood moon and see if anything different happens to the tombstone area down here. And if I find more tombstones, I know there's a few tombstones I've left in the world in different spots, in places that I've died and forgot to collect them. So if I find more, I'll also bring them back here. There's a lot of stars in the world. Just because it's nighttime, I'm running across the surface of the world just to collect some more stars in case I need them again. And I'm already up to 37 stars. And look, here's 4 more. So yeah, stars, it's pretty easy to collect if you just, at the end of each night, yeah, there's another one. Just kind of walk across the surface of your world. So if you're low on stars, and you're in Master Mode at least, I would say don't sweat it. There's going to be plenty more. Yeah, I don't know if it's like a meteor shower where there's like extra stars tonight, but it's really insane. I'm running across the other side of the world. It's still the same night. And I managed to collect 34 more stars. So I'm going to get like possibly 100 stars in a single night. If I don't get held up by enemies, that is. So that's a lot of stars. It just occurred to me there's a new crafting recipe that I got clued in on. And I don't know that I have a need for all of these stars for anything. Yeah, so let's go back home and check out the crafting recipe, I suppose. Alright, I'm going to grab these 2 stars, these 3 stars, then we're going to head home. These 4 stars, then we're going to head home. These 5 stars, then we're going to head home. These 6 stars, and then we're going to head home. 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my gosh, look at all the stars. Like, isn't that insane? There's so many stars. Okay, we got all the stars. 57 stars on the right half of the map. And there was another 30-something on the left half of the map. It's just insane. I'm happy about it, though. Okay, it's a morning, nobody's invading. So the recipe, recall potions are a material, which is insane. So if I talk to the guide about them, I've been trying to figure this out before. You can make potions of return, but they require obsidian fish. I don't know where you get obsidian fish, but my guess is, based on the name, that you have to fish in lava. And I think you can only fish in lava if you get a fishing rod that's a special rod that you have to get as a fishing reward from the sky. Cloudfish, I don't have any cloudfish, and I'm not going to go fishing for them. We might do some more fishing in the playthrough, but yeah, I guess I might do that at some point off camera, but I'm really not interested in it right now. Look at all these... Look at all these crazy animals. It's great. Yeah, so I want to show off that recipe. We have the temple keys, so we can go in the jungle temple, and I have an easy way down that goes straight into the jungle temple door. And we have the grand design, which is useful for disabling the various traps that one finds in the jungle, so I feel relatively well prepared in that regard. Yeah, and then at some point we're going to have to try Queen Slime. At some point we're going to have to try fighting the Blood Moon fishing crazy guys. But those will have to be saved, I suppose, for future episodes, because I'm very tired. So I'll say that I hope, as always, that you guys are having a great day, and I will see you again soon for more Terraria 1.4 Master Mode. Bye-bye.